What I thought his intentions were really not what they were. The award for the clearest party meal goes to Adekunle.
A round of applause for Doyin and Adekunle. Doyin, they ask you to just do an aquafina tax. The next thing, she utilized the opportunity for her to not only apologize to Adekunle, but for them to just reconcile. It was just the shock that is all over Adekunle when Doyin, after her speech, said that it is Adekunle that she is referring to.
Because I don't understand why you be beefing me because I put Doyin. I told people to put Doyin for pardon me. Say make I put your man. You never talk say make I put Adekunle for pardon me. Yourself for pardon me. Say
Mumu, mumu, let them call me mumu. I don't need sense to love her. Your love makes me happy, mumu. I am a mumu. Let them call me mumu.
They call her mumu. She no get sense to love her, but the love them make her happy, mumu. This is just a mess soundtrack, and just like Fraud said yesterday, while Fraud was having a conversation with Mercy and Angel in the head of the house lounge, Fraud said, and I quote, "This their sheep, it don't even reach 2 weeks, so now Angel can reply, say, me, I don't even know say they're inside sheep." Please, I am not a hater of love. Just like Chichi will always scream during her season 7 level up. Are you a hater of love? No, I am not. I love love, but I appreciate love the most when it's being mutual. So the love that is existing between Venita and Adekunle are they mutual. I am just going to emphasize with what I have heard the entire housemates discussing in all the corners of Biggie's house. But before I just do that, I am an entertainer with entertaining entertainment. Angel, White Money and Mercy are now upstairs in the head of the house lounge. Angel is now saying that Venita has been beefing Angel since yesterday simply because Venita believed that Angel did not nominate Venita's boo Adekunle as pardon me. And Angel said he no send that because she is yet to understand why Venita is angry with her. You came to meet me, say I should just help you and rally vote so that people will now go into the diary room for them to call you your boyfriend Adekunle. You know what, pardon me. Angel was like, even me, I want pardon me. So why you call the vex? Say at the end of the day, say na Doyin name now was called. And White Money was like, when this one can start again, now Mercy can't say that one concern her because they don't understand how she can't they carry Adekunle matter for head. When I first heard Angel, Mercy, and Fraud having that conversation with Venita begged them to vote for Adekunle, the thing shocked me. Then I realized that Venita has concluded that she's going to carry Adekunle's matter for head, go work for Biggie's house. Then I was like, Madam, na game, it be like say people come here, come find 120 million, whereas you're just busy seeking for love. Or is this love also your part of strategy? But as it be like this now, it may be like say this love, don't carry go where you know no. And Angel has already concluded that she's not even ready to speak to Venita. If she just wants to be far, let her be far. That Venita always wants everything to be done her way. Once everything is not being done her way, now so she could just come the vex. Then I had a conversation that during the time they are getting ready for their weekly wager tax, that they were in the lounge having a meeting as they were discussing as whatever Venita was contributing was being rejected by the house. Now so Venita wants to stand up and go. Then Angel also made mention that she is also beefing her simply because that during that their last week preparation of wager tax, that she approached Angel and told Angel to please help him with the script. And Angel said she's not going to release the script, that she's going to bring the script at her own time, not when she wants it. That since that time, she has refused to speak to Angel. That she and Venita always like things to be done their way. That even she also wanted to join Venita and walk away today when they were doing their wager presentation meeting. That once things are not done their way, now so they can't the vex when necessary. White Money refused to just get involved in that conversation. Now so he just talks say, oh Chin, he can't leave them call waka. Then Fraud now joined Mercy and Angel, still on that conversation that has to do with Venita and Adekunle.
I'm sure she already told her, I hope, that she chance her.
You know if he tell her.
Fraud let her join Angel and Mercy when White Money took a walk, and they were now having a conversation that has to do with Doyin and ILEBAYE. Just recently, ILEBAYE came out from the diary room after her diary section, and she went straight to just hug Doyin, appreciated Doyin, apologized to Doyin, and also tell Doyin thank you. And now they are revealing a particular secret that has to do with how Doyin ended up being the person that won the pardon me for week 4. They said that initially they wanted to put up the name of ILEBAYE ILEBAYE, but Doyin outsmarted them, saying that she actually wants that pardon me for this week. And before you know it, Doyin was able to convince them for them to call her name, and that was how Angel now rallied the vote. You know, Angel is somebody that will always talk you to just call somebody's name, and if 1, 2, 3, at least 4 or 5 call your name, definitely you're going to just win the pardon me for that particular week. And why they are saying that, they made me realize that Doyin might be using ILEBAYE as her game in this particular All Stars edition. But come to think of it, is Doyin really doing that? No. Who will you put sugar for in mouth? In go say, I no want. Yes, they might want ILEBAYE, but Doyin telling them that she also wants it because nobody wants to go home. It's not wrong. It's left for them to insist the name that they want. So if Doyin succeeded in letting them just call her name, she has won now. That does not mean that she does not love ILEBAYE, and that does not mean that their friendship is not intact and genuine. And FROOD is saying that the worst part of the pardon me that Doyin emerged the winner is the fact that immediately Big Brother announced her name, that she was not even sober. The next thing she just said, thank you so much, hug me, and instantly now the girl can begin to eat grape. Unlike him, FROOD, that he cried, that it took him time for him to realize that he's not going to be up for that particular week. And I also remember that the previous week, when SOMA's name was called, SOMA cried all through the night. He reached Doyin on. Doyin just stood up, said thank you, and the next thing, she can't eat grape. And FROOD said that nobody should ever attempt to convince FROOD to call the name of Doyin. This is game. People will just have to be smart, just like the way Doyin was so smart like this now to utilize the opportunity of this their Aquafina tax to apologize to Adekunle. When they were hugging, she was telling Adekunle, hope you have forgiven me, though. I am expecting them to have a proper conversation at the end of this Aquafina task. And concluding whatever it is that Venita is just having with Adekunle, I am expecting her to apply common sense more than emotion. I remember vividly that this is their last Thursday pool party that New and Adekunle fought over the bottle of alcohol. Venita supported the boyfriend Adekunle, and she later fought Ike over the fight that happened between New and Adekunle. She also had a conversation with Big Brother during her direct session, of which Big Brother pressed an ignore button. And just yesterday again, during the head of the house challenge that Perry and Adekunle fought, Venita was visibly supporting the boyfriend Adekunle, irrespective of even when New was complaining on what Adekunle did in the arena. I have noticed that Venita has decided to choose boyfriend above friendship, and also choose boyfriend and love above family. I am not saying that somebody should not just love, but when you are loving, love with common sense, not even when somebody might just be strategically using you as a strategy. Because Doyin and Angel had a conversation in the gym room of the head of the house lounge. Like I just said in one of my videos, Doyin has already exposed that the chaperone of Adekunle told the chaperone of Doyin, and the chaperone of Doyin now told Doyin that Adekunle's initial strategy was to be in ship with Angel. But on entering the house, SOMA and Angel dynamic has already been established. Then he now excluded himself only for Venita to now dive into the life of Adekunle. And if you have been watching, just like I have been watching without sentiment and being biased, you will basically agree with me that Venita was the one that initiated whatever it is that is existing between her and Adekunle. It is 100% okay for you to agree or argue with me. But if you agree with me, thank you so much, because we share the same opinion, right? But if you now choose to argue with me, please remember 1 Corinthians 14:40. And this is the first time ever you're coming across my channel, please do not leave without publicly promoting and publicizing my channel by simply clicking on the red icon down below to subscribe to my channel, and also to endeavor to turn on the notification bell that is right beside the subscribe button for you not to miss out once I upload any interesting, intriguing, and entertaining gist that has to do with Undiluted Bbnaija Season 8 Teamed All Stars Edition. And as an entertainer, well, it's my pleasure to entertain you all with entertaining entertainment and